Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We're 2 for 1 tonight. So, back with the Astro Dice. We're going to see what sign Spirit wants to give some message of insight for. I've got, because I just did Pisces. Spirit chose Pisces with the original Astro Dice reading that I just did. All the overall decks are the same, but I was guided to 3 different tarot. So we're going to see what comes out. Spirit, what sign? Virgo. Virgo, did I or did I not say you would not be unscathed in the messages? Virgo is Pisces' opposite sign. So Virgo, here we go. Hey, Risa, welcome back. Who else might this pertain to, Spirit? Who else might need it? Jupiter, out twice now. 11th house. Jupiter and the 11th house. All right. So you may have Jupiter in the 11th. You may have Virgo ruling your 11th, okay? Which would make you a Scorpio rising. So special nod to Scorpio rising. Or if you have Jupiter in the 11th, which is also Aquarius's house. So you may have Jupiter in Aqua. Or be a Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, you might not have Jupiter in your big 3 sun, moon, rising, but you might have Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, so Virgo is the sign. Jupiter is the planet. House is the 11th. The 11th house in a birth chart is the house of goals and dreams and soul tribe, right? Deep soul friendships. It's also the house of higher vibration and higher perspective. So that sign and people that fall into that sign inside your house, they will help you see the energy for what it is, right? They kind of offer a window or a light on your vibe and how you can improve it. Like law of attraction, they will give you insight on why you attract what you attract. Okay, like my North Node is in the 11th house. It's kind of my destiny to do this shit. Right? To talk to people about the mirror and shit like that. I've also got Jupiter and Aqua, so you know. But yeah, so those are the signs. All right, Virgo, Jupiter in 11th house, and we're going to get into it. So I've got the Harrow, I've got my hand-drawn cards, my energy alignment deck, and the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards for the overall. Let me write a timestamp. So I don't have to go finding them like I just did. I had to go hunting through the Pisces live to get the timestamps because I didn't write them down. So Virgo, what are we dealing with? What is the overall energy for Virgo right now? The house that Virgo rules for you could be specific to this message regardless of any other placements, okay? So let's see. Okay. The mute hag is back in the 3rd person energy. This time it came out with the Wanderer. Oh, I just heard that line. I'm Mr. Steal Your Girl. Oh my God, the things that we channel. Okay. We're gonna get into that. The peacock is on the bottom, and the brass dwarf is on top. All right. Interesting. Let's get some deeper energy in this. What are the archetypal vibrations of these three energies? Person number one. Interesting. I'm holding these all upright, right? Yeah. We got the Idiot with the Birth, and the Birth is in the reverse, which kind of gives me loss of a manifestation kind of vibes. Clarify the empty throne, please. Energy number two, clarify the empty throne. The fireplace and the sun. Okay. Now we're going to clarify this third energy, the mute hag with the wanderer. What's their vibe? What's their vibe? What's their overall energy? The scissors and the circus. Okay. Okay. I know where Spirit's going with that one. Oh, Spirit, you are so clever. The top of the deck is the getaway. And the bottom is one of the two broken mind cards. Ooh. Oh, the fish is underneath. All right, cool, cool. The broken mind. This is where people have literally shadow energy right in front of them, and all they see is their potential. All they see is their bright light energy that is not real, right? They see the shadow and they register an angel. So working on that one. Chakra Wisdom Oracle, clarify the Idiot with the Birth and the reverse. Renewal in the reverse. That is two major feminine energies, like birth type energies, rebirth energies. They both came out reverse for person number one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see what comes out for the second person. Fireplace, sun, empty throne, and mysticism. Interesting. All right. Ooh, there's another card flipped up in here. Soulmate. Huh. All right, person number two. And clarify person number three. Perseverance and faith. All right. Bottom of the deck is joy. Top of the deck is workaholic. Okay. Last deck, energy alignment. Let's reveal the light and the shadows. What is person number one working on? Okay. We got genuine and selfish, but selfish came out sideways, which is interesting because I shuffled these after the live ended for Pisces, and selfish also came out for person number one. Virgo and Pisces, y'all got a couple little mirrors in here. Okay. Clarify person number two's energy. Self-detrimental, gives too many chances in the reverse, which means they're working on self-mercy. I know exactly where Spirit's going with this message. All right. Clarify the third person's energy. Sympathetically understanding. And it's a pink heart chakra card, which means it deals with other people, right? The harmony in other people. Love through connections with others. Top of the deck is adventurous. Shadow on the bottom paternal wounding. Okay, father wounds. All right. Let's dive right into this. So, person number one. These are all of the cards that came out for person one. Okay. Renewal reversed, the idiot, the birth reversed, genuine, and selfish sideways. The idiot in Harrow is an intelligence card. It's not an oxymoron. There's a reason why. But the idiot is considered a neutral evil card. It is a card of grave foolishness and greed, right? Mind you, they're dealing with selfishness, right? Being released. It's sideways. It ain't upside down. It's it's there. It's a card of grave foolishness and greed. It can mean bribery, blackmail, or naivete so grand that it can see no evil. The goblins have captured a foolhardy man, representing the knowledge that loss of dignity can precede loss of life. Okay. Not necessarily death, although birth is in reverse and so is renewal, but it is the ultimate end to someone. Like, and I've said it about my father, you know, I'll give you an example that's it's not death related, but he lost himself completely being in a relationship with my mother, right? Who he was is completely gone. He is not, he is who my mother says he is. You know what I mean? Like, he does not exist. And I think that this energy here, I think it's both. I think the greed is real. The foolishness is real, whoever this is. And they are naive, right? Especially with this energy being on the top of the deck. I think that they're registering someone who is truly not in alignment, like someone who is in their shadow or considered full-blown evil, full-blown toxic, narcissistic, whatever label you want to put on it. Their energy's a fucking mess. And they're seeing the angel in them, the potential, and they're trying to be the savior, right? They're trying to be whatever for this person that this person is not who they think they are. This person has motives, right? Whoever this shadow person is in their reality has motives. They're using the idiot in some which way, shape, or form for their own entertainment. And the idiot doesn't see it, right? I'm not calling them an idiot on purpose, guys. It is literally the card. It is the idiot card. Okay. I feel like this person is dying, like who they were or who they could be, whatever potential they had is dying because they're a genuine person, right? They're a genuine person. They're sincere when they communicate to whoever is in their life, but they're really selfish. And I think they're doing it for some kind of financial gain or to get out of some kind of financial loss, right? Like sometimes like couples will stay together and they'll tell each other that they care and they're trying to work on it when really one person doesn't want to lose the financial support of the other and the other doesn't want to pay child support or alimony. You know what I mean? Like there's actual monetary reasons behind their actions that are not being spoken about. So I think this person deals with selfishness. I think there's some kind of motive as to why they are truly ignoring whatever shadows the other person holds. Now, person number two, we've got the following cards. Mysticism and Soulmate with the Empty Throne, the Fireplace and the Sun, and Self-Detrimental gives too many chances in the reverse. Okay. The Empty Throne. It's a lawful good card. Okay. It has a sense of loss that is palpable. The ghost signifies that those who are gone will always be with us. They taught us important lessons if only we choose to listen. This card can bring information from a far off or ancient source. I think that this person, whether they realize it or acknowledge it or not, is actually deeply rooted in the divine, right? The mysticism. I think this person may even be a bit of a mystery to themselves, but they're deeply connected to the divine. I feel like whoever person number one is, because I feel like person number two is I feel like they've given person number one a lot of chances. Okay. I think that those number of chances is running low. Self-mercy being the upright of the opposite side of the card, right? When we have a shadow in the reverse, we look at the light and the upright on the opposite side. If this person was self-detrimental and giving someone too many chances, they're learning self-mercy. Their light, and this might be person number one, like who they might be the goblin, to be completely fair, playing person number two for the fool. But I think that this person's light is burning out. You know, the fire needs to be fed in order to keep burning. If you don't feed the fire, it goes out. And I think with the fireplace and the sun, I think that's kind of what it is. Like this person's not showing themselves any mercy, and they might be draining wholeheartedly into someone else. And they feel connected to this person like a soulmate. They might really see the beauty in them, right? If you think about this and see how the eye is here and the eye is here and the eye sees the other person and the other person is not really facing them and their eyes are shut like they're blind. I think whoever they're connected to, person number one, is a deep soulmate. But it's a lesson about how they are not the empty throne. Like they are not put on a throne. The ghost of them, right? Who they used to be, their beautiful energy, deserves to be put in high honor. And they're crying here. They're on their knees crying because their beautiful light, right? Their beautiful light is burning out. It's not being fed. They're not getting energy in return for the energy that they're giving. The fire is just consuming their light and not giving anything back. I think this person sees the beauty in the first person, and that the first person, I mean, renewal and birth in reverse, they might slowly be killing the beautiful light in person number two. All right, if I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like person number two has doors that they need to open in this life and can't continue to stay connected to person number one, which is why person number three is here. Okay. Person number three, we've got the mute hag with the wanderer. Hi, I love people. How you doing? I love people too. Scissors and the circus. Let's see if I could squeeze all of these in here. Sympathetically understanding. Okay. These are all the cards I got out for the third person. I think the third energy, whether they are going after person number one or person number two, it doesn't really matter, because either way it is for the benefit of both of them in some which way, shape, or form in the divine scheme of things. So as a refresher, I'm going to read to you the Mute Hag. Okay. And then we're going to read the Wanderer, so you guys get an idea of this person's energy. So the Mute Hag is a neutral, evil, aligned card. It says the Mute Hag might be silent, but the eye she holds lets her see into the hearts of men. This hag invokes blood pacts and poisonous secrets, the kind that turn brother against brother and son against father. If it is a card that performers loathe, as it leaves them stumbling over their words and songs. This person isn't loyal. Like misaligned is literally unshakable loyalty and clear speech. So this person is, how would I describe them? An opportunistic charmer. They don't say what they mean or mean what they say, but they hold a lot of information and see a lot into people. The Wanderer is a neutral good card. So we've got, right, we've got neutral evil, and we've also got neutral good. So yin yang, okay? The Wanderer is a collector. This centaur appreciates that which others regard as junk or trash. The Wanderer appears to those clever enough to find the true worth in something others ignore or treat as worthless. So with the scissors and the circus, right? Perseverance and faith. I believe this person is divinely sent into the lives of person 1 and 2. Okay. With scissors and the circus, person number 3, because they are sympathetically understanding. If they see the value of the trash that person number 2 is being treated as, right? If person number 1 is treating person number 2 like trash when they're truly valuable, person number 3 might literally go after person number 1 to steal person number 1 away from person number 2. That person number 2 would prove that they aren't loyal or be a cheater, or that they would move on and they're not invested in person number 2 like person number 2 is invested in them, right? And person number 2 would be freed from having to give this person any more chances, right? Because continuing to give person number 1 chances is detrimental. So that is the most likely scenario, that the darkness, the shadow in person number 3 would connect to the selfish energy in person number 1. Because if person number 1 is selfish and is the end of good things, and that's genuinely who they are, then they do genuinely need a lesson. And person number 3 might be just the person for the job, right? The lesser likely case, it's possible, but I think case number 1 is more likely. Case number 2 is person number 3 steals person number 2 from person number 1. Okay. I do feel with the brass dwarf on top, the getaway, the peacock energy, joy and workaholic, adventurous and paternal wounding. I think that person number 1 and person number 2, and I'm not going to discount person number 3, but I don't feel the need to apply it to them at the moment, has daddy issues whether they're male or female, it doesn't matter. I think that one of them is looking for someone to take care of them and provide for them like a father. And the other one is trying to be the father that they were taught or that they aspired to be for someone who needs that energy but has issues. You know what I mean? Like, it's not being received. I think they both have issues. I think there's deep resentments. Spirit's giving me this vibe of like deep resentments attached to the fathers in their life. And so they're seeking out the father energy that they never had, whether they're receiving it or becoming it. But they're connected to the wrong people. Like, they're not actually... I don't feel like these two are actually meant to be together. I think they're meant to be healing this wound. Like, person number 2 would be trying to be in the paternal energy that they never had for person number 1. And person number 1 is trying to receive the paternal energy they never received from their father. And they probably are receiving it from person number 2. But they're not reciprocal because they have daddy issues and they're resentful, right? Like, you can treat me this way, but my father didn't, or my father left, or whatever, you know what I mean? And you're going to take it away and all of this shit. And so they sabotage it and leave person number 2 for person number 3 before person number 2 can hurt them or take it away. Right? It's like one of those fucking scenarios. Hi, Shaylee. How you doing? Yeah, that's what's going on here. And whether they realize it or not, person number 3 is like an earth angel. But they're not coming off that way. This person is very yin yang. They know that their darkness serves the light, which means they're not a quote unquote perfect person by society standards. Like, they may allow themselves to, you know, be with someone who is already connected to a partner, which is frowned upon, right? If someone's in a relationship, you don't sleep with their partner. That's fucked up. But this person bends that line because they're divinely guided to go after someone who is in shadow and abusing someone else who is in light. And so even though the act of being with a taken person is kind of fucked up, the reason why they're guided to do it is because their darkness that would do it serves the light in the second person, who really does need to be free from the first person. And person number 1 would never leave person number 2. They're leeching off of them. They're using them. So person 3 steps in and cuts the circus, right? Cuts the circus and shows person number 2 what a fucking joke they've been. You know, like, they've been made a fool of by this person. This person number 1 never cared about them. They were just using them. They were being entertained with them, right? Their demons, their shadows were just being selfish and never really cared about them. And that is genuinely who they are. This person's like a black hole. They were just burning the light off, right, of person number 2. So people can hate on people who allow others to cheat all they want. But there's a reason why the divine separates 2 people. Because if it's not in your highest good, it's not in your highest good. And if it's got to go, it's got to go. And if you refuse to see it, the divine is going to put it in your face so blaringly obvious that you can't ignore it. Like, thank you, universe, for helping me see what I refused to see. This person didn't have my highest good at heart. They didn't actually care about me. They were willing to cheat on me or be dishonest with me and whatever. And I didn't want to see it. And I was pouring myself into this person. Like, thank the person who stole your person. Thank them. Because if that person was stealable, you don't want them anyway. They didn't take your person. They took your problem. If someone could steal your partner off of you, they did not steal your partner. They stole your problem. Look at it from that perspective, because there is nothing more true than that. If your partner was willing to lie, cheat, or steal, or use or abuse you in any way, they were not your person. They were your problem, and you didn't see it that way. So thank your thief. Thank your thief. For real. Let's get into the insight, right? Let's get into the tarot. I've got 3 decks here. I was guided to 3 different decks. The Garbage Pail Kids, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, and the Forest of Enchantment. And we're going to get some insights into these energies, more specifics, okay? We're going to start with the Intuitive Night Goddess. I feel like we're reading person number 2 first. What do we need to know about person number 2? What do we need to know about person number 2? What specifics, please, Spirit? What specifics, please? Yeah, they don't have any help. Clarities? This person is literally trying to communicate healing. The Temperance with the Nymph of Swords is the Page of Swords. They're trying to communicate healing. They want person number 1 on board, right? This person is legit putting in effort and trying. Rather, I can't say they're trying. They're doing it. Like they're doing what needs to be done in order to heal things. But the home is upside down and stagnating. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed with the Hanged Man, which is meditation in this deck. They're spiritually stagnating in an upside down home, family, or work environment. Okay, because it could be business. It could be business. An example of all of this energy in a business standpoint would be like person number 1 just completely using person number 2 for all of their great work ethic and their high quality work. And person number 3 comes in and steals the promotion type shit. And they do bullshit work. You know, it's neither here nor there. They don't do nearly the quality that person number 2 does. But person number 1 goes after them, and now they're employee of the month and this favorite, whatever. And person number 2 gets so fucking hurt, they start looking for a new job type shit. Right? If you want to put a business spin on this energy, that would be an example. Then we get the 7 of Pentacles with the Spirit of Cups. Spirit of Cups is the King of Cups. This person deserves more than what they've received. And I think time has run out. I think they've grown impatient to some extent with the 7 of Pentacles being in reverse. They're not willing to get into the 8 of Cups energy where they move forward. But it's beyond hoping that the trees bear fruit because the trees actually caught a plague or disease and they're starting to die. You know, like it's beyond that. The seeds are not growing because the environment is not suitable. Right? It's like someone planting sunflowers in the fucking desert. They're not going to grow. It's not the right conditions to grow sunflowers. You need more than sand and 120-degree blaring heat. You know, you need water. I think that person number 2 is trying to plant seeds with person number 1, but the energetic environment to plant those seeds is not right. Person number 2 has great intentions. They see into the wounds of person number 1 and fully intend on helping them heal. But they're not getting any reciprocity. They're not getting any help in the seeds they're planting because the environment they're planting them in with person number 1 is so devoid. Nothing's growing. This person is emotionally intelligent, right? King of Cups energy. They're emotionally intelligent. They bring that spark in the dark. They're the ones that fill the cup of others, right? That divine energy where we see the Ace of Cups is overflowing out with the divinity. The hand of, spirit that brings the Ace of Cups forward. Like the Ace of Cups is there. And it's actually the King of Cups that's pouring it out, right? Pouring that waterfall flow, that light flow into it. You might want to look up eel synchronicities or eel spirit medicine. This person sees light, right? Look at her eyes. They're lit. They're glowing from the inside. Person number 2 is pouring out light for person number 1. And person number 1 is a fucking idiot. They're just using person number 2. They're an idiot. They're spiritually ignorant. They're just playing this person for a fool. Ooh, I just noticed that. The centaur, right, is person number 3. They've got an arrow lodged in there. They've got a couple of them, one in their heart and one in their back. That's this guy right here. He's literally holding a bow. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Wind chimes might also be synchronistic. Yeah, the bottom of the deck is the Fool. It's potential. Top of the deck is Death. This person has potential. Person number 2 needs to go through a major, major rebirth. Major rebirth, which is why it is crucial. I would use the words crucial for person number 3 to come in and get person number 1 away from them. Person number 2 might not realize it, but person number 3 is their earth angel coming to free them from the prison they have created for themselves with person number 1. We're going to use the Garbage Pail Kid Tarot. Let's get insight into person number 1. Let's get insight into person number 1. What is actually going on with them? Where are they at? What is going on? What is going on? The Knight of Cups, and it's a pirate with the King of Coin. They know person number 2 farts rainbows. They know this person's in high alignment, but they're on the fence about it. They're holding on to their piracy. 4 of Coins is clarifying the Knight of Cups. They're money driven. They don't listen to their intuition either. The 8 of Wands is in reverse under the King of Coin. They've got motive. I'm telling you, they've got money motives. They're draining and siphoning off person number 2's energy because person number 2 is good to them. Yeah, the 2 of Coins. 2 of Wands on the 2 of Coins. Lots of coins. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands. Top of the deck is the King of Swords. This person is strategic. Strategic. Do I dare even say manipulative? There is a lot of things that they could say to person number 2 to cut them down to size. I don't think this person's a nice person. I actually am getting this vibe that there's a lot of hatred from person number 1 to person number 2. But they're using person number 2 in some way. Person number 2 is benefiting them, and person number 2 is blind as fuck to their shadow, to their energy. This person is stuck. They're not tuned in to their intuition. They're not tuned into the signs and synchronicities. I think person number 3 might end up a hardcore lesson for person number 1, because they're not going to end up providing like person number 2 did. There's trickery here. This person, the way they communicate, it's like, prove it. Prove it. Prove that you love me, right? Put your money where your mouth is. He's literally got coins in his mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. Prove to me that you love me. Take my abuse and continue to love me to prove that you love me more than my daddy did. Right? Paternal wounding. Play dumb and take care of me. This person's all kinds of fucking twisted. Literally, this person is all kinds of twisted. And they believe their own shit. Matter of fact, the coins, right, in this deck say, in trash we trust. The coins literally say, in trash we trust. I hope the camera will focus on that. They trust person number 2. They know person number 2 isn't going anywhere. They're treating them like trash. But they trust person number 2. Person number 2 would never hurt them, and they know it. They know it. And they're constantly making person number 2 prove their love to them. Because that's how they're benefiting. That's how they're benefiting off the King of Coin, who literally farts rainbows. But person number 2 deserves to be treated right. And because they're not willing to heal and give person number 2 some slack and give them some credit and be reciprocal, right? To return that good energy to end person number 2's suffering, because there is suffering here, right? There is suffering here. They're showing so much compassion and mercy for person number 1 that they're self-detrimental. This is what they're coming out of, right? They're learning self-mercy because they're giving all of this mercy to person number 1 when they're the ones that need some mercy. And person number 1 ain't giving it to them. thus income person number 3. This is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Let's get some details on person number 3. Let's get some details on person number 3. Spirit, what is going on with this third energy? How do they play a role? What is their role? The 9 of Challenges. The 9 of Boons in the reverse. The White Heart. Clarified by the 6 of Challenges reversed. The Seeker of Challenges. Lots of swords. The challenges are swords in this deck. Give me one more. And the 6 of Boons in the reverse. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Boons. The Boons are Pentacles. Top of the deck is the 2 of Challenges. The Man in the Mirror. I think, because I'm real with y'all, I think person number 3 is jealous of person number 2. Especially if they are financially sound or if they have a good heart. I think person number 3 wants what person number 2 has. Right? The wanderer sees value in the trash. And even though person number 2 is treated like trash by person number 1, they are not trash. That would be person number 1. Them and their trash energy. I don't think that person number 3 is actually financially stable. The 2 Boons cards or the Pentacle cards that they have out here are in the reverse. This person is not sovereign. They are codependent. They're in high anxiety with the 9 of Swords. They don't know how to move on from that anxiety with the 6 of Swords in the reverse, clarifying it. This person wants person number 1 to prove that they are better than person number 2. They have nothing to offer. Like person number 2 has a lot to offer person number 1. Person number 1 trusts them and is using them. And person number 3 is getting off on the fact that person number 1 would cheat on such a person with them, kind of thing. They really need to start putting in the effort, right? The 8 of coins on the bottom for them with the 7 of wands. They need to defend what it is that they want to create. But they're the devil. The Hermit with the devil. the fairy wind. They wander. They wander and interfere. But that's their alignment, right? That's their alignment. They are like a wandering shadow that connects to the shadows of others and frees the light, right? And frees the light. Person number 3 is kind of like a divine shadow, sent to attach to the shadows of people who are using and abusing lights. And it separates them, right? The scissors separates them. Because the light can no longer deny the power of the shadow of the person they were connected to, that they were pouring into. It frees the quote-unquote empath from the narcissist. Because the narcissist connects to them, and they might also very much so be a narcissist. They want to believe that they're better than the empath. Like, it wouldn't even be the same. Like, person number 1 and person number 3 would thrive together only if person number 2 was hurt and continuously trying to get back with person number 1, and person number 1 kept choosing person number 3, and person number 2 was still upset about it. Person number 3 would get off on that shit, right? Hey, Megan. Person number 3 would get off on that. Like, yeah, this person who is high earning and loves you and cares about you wants you back, but you don't want them. You want me instead. They would thrive off that energy. And person number 1 would love the fact that person number 2 was squirming, trying to get back to them, wanting them back, you know, blowing up their shit, because they know they're better than person number 3. And how could you do that? You know, because they know they're better than person number 3. They know they're better than that. Person number 1 would eat that shit up. If person number 2 had no idea, person number 3 gets off on the fact that person number 1 is doing it behind their back, that they would betray and hurt person number 2 for them. They feed off of the shadow. But if person number 2 said, thank you, person number 3, you didn't steal my partner, you obviously stole my problem, person number 1 and person number 3 would absolutely fucking sync together. Because they don't have that narcissistic supply being fed, right? They don't have the light feeding the fire. Person number 2 is learning self-mercy. And they've got shadows flanking them on both sides, 1 and 3, to push them into their light. Person number 2 might not realize that person number 3 coming in is a fucking blessing, because they are stealing their problem. But it will continue to be a problem so long as they continue to choose to feed it. They really do need to look at it from that mindset of, they didn't steal my partner, they stole my problem. I didn't want to see what a problem this first person was. I didn't want to see the shadows. I was choosing to stay blind. I was choosing to be ignorant. I wasn't reading the writing on the wall. I was looking at their potential and didn't see them for the reality that they were. They weren't kind to me. They were mistreating me. They were breadcrumbing me. They weren't reciprocal. They weren't communicative. It was always my fault. I could always do more. I should always be doing better. It's always me that has to improve and fix it. And they're unsatisfiable. Person number 2 is dealing with a narcissist. Dealing with someone who is completely selfish and self-absorbed, and that is genuinely who they are. They are a creator of loss. There is no thriving with them. And person number 3 is the perfect person, perfect person to pick up person number one. The perfect person. Person number one deserves their energy. They do not deserve the energy that they are not. And person number two is above their energetic pay grade. Person number two deserves better. And they're learning that. They're learning that. All right. Let's pull some guidance. All right. We're using Spiritual as Fuck deck. We are back with it. I love this deck. All right. So Spirit, please, what guidance would you have for whoever needs it at this beautiful divine time? Who needs it? Call bullshit on your bullshit. Call bullshit on your bullshit. It says, want to get out of a rut? The first step is to get tired of the bullshit. Your bullshit, their bullshit, the world's bullshit. Spend today honing your sense of deja vu. Once you can spot the old shit, you can start to stop that old shit. You got to be really real with yourself. Really real with yourself. You can dress it up and make it pretty and put some really expensive clothes on it. But if person number one is shit, then it doesn't matter how you dress it up. Doesn't matter how you paint it. It doesn't matter. It's still shit. And you've got to recognize the patterns, right? Where you martyr yourself into oblivion. And if this is, advice for person number one, you got to recognize your own bullshit, and you're going to lose what is essentially an amazing person who cares about you and loves you and would never actually hurt you. You're going to lose them. And at some point, I promise you, they will move on. They will move on and move forward. You're going to get sucked up and swept up into a third person party energy and feed off of this sadness, right? That person number two is in for your own benefit. I promise you, at some point, they're going to get over it. And you will start that roller coaster down when they do. It'll be a major reality check. You got to call bullshit on your bullshit. What else? Give me one more. Because that one sums it up pretty dang good, to be completely fair. Of course, I say one more and I get 4. We're going to take them because they literally all go together. Wow, that's really interesting. There's so many different cards in that deck, right? 99 cards. All of these cards are on a chalkboard. Someone's being taught lessons. These are the cards. Your brain speaks total fuckery unless you turn your soul on. Sometimes crushing it means asking for help. Thou shalt not judge because thou has fucked up before too. And you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. If that is not an advice card for person number 2, I don't know what is. You cannot set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. It's not a life requirement. Doing that doesn't make you a good person. It makes you a fool. It makes you drained. It says, you know how you could tell if someone is taking advantage of you? You feel like shit after giving to them. And that shit isn't healthy for anyone. Put the matches down and back away. They can get warm on their own. Now go do something kind for yourself. That's better service to the world anyway. That is better service to the world anyway. The shit is not healthy. You feel like shit after giving to them. That's how you know someone's taking advantage of you. No matter what you do, it's never good enough. They're taking advantage of you. You give to them and then you almost regret it, if not outright. Because for all you give, it's never returned. It's never reciprocated. You're never considered back. You're never shown any kindness or mercy in return. Feels like shit to give to them. And it doesn't matter if that person is a romantic partner. It doesn't matter if that person is your fucking kid. It doesn't matter if that person's your parent or your sibling or a coworker or a friend. If you give to them and it feels like shit after, they're taking advantage of you. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep people warm. Okay? Sometimes crushing it means asking for help. Only fools or suckers think they could do it all on their own. Ask for help and then take the help. Let other people be a part of your success. Don't be stingy about letting people share in whatever kickassery you create. Every real baller has a crew. Also, you don't know everything. That's just a fact. Person number 2. Only fools think they can do it all on their own. If you think you can heal person number 1 all by yourself, you'd be a fool. You need person number 3. You need person number 3. You need person number 3, and you need to be able to walk away from person number 1 altogether if you actually want them to heal. You can never go back. You can never reach out and respond. You've got to let them die. Be dead to you. You really want to help person number 1 heal. You can't do it by yourself. You need person number 3. Thou shalt not judge, because thou has fucked up before too. When you see yourself thinking someone's a real asshole, take a moment and contemplate all the times you've done exactly what they're doing. Maybe it was a different flavor of assholeness, but it was still assholey. Check yourself. People will like you more. Most importantly, you'll like you more too. Yeah, person's not a real asshole like you think. Like if you are person number 2 and you think that person number 3 is an asshole, they're such a fucking asshole, they stole your person, you are being an asshole to yourself. It might be a different flavor of asshole, but it's still assholey. So check yourself. Person number 3 will do you a favor. when you were being an asshole to yourself. Like, check your mirror. If you're calling them an asshole, it's because you are an asshole to you. You're being an asshole to yourself. You didn't realize it. Your blinders were on. That's fine. That's why person number 3 came in and saved you from yourself. Person number 3 came in and saved you from yourself with their assholeness. Don't judge them. You fucked up too. Your brain speaks total fuckery unless you turn your soul on. Your soul will tell you that truth. It says the human brain left unattended doesn't shut down. It goes berserk with bullshit thoughts that turn into bullshit actions. Ego will do its job of judging, separating, and accumulating things to define who you are without any help from you. But the soul needs your attention to be heard over that loud ass ego. There is a reason most truly successful people meditate, read inspiring books, focus on gratitude, and are of service to others in some way. It turns their soul on. And that makes them way better leaders, problem solvers, and functional humans. It also makes them way more fun to be around. Person number 2 is going to need to shut their fucking brain off. Because when person number 1 goes for person number 3, and person number 3 is obviously less than them in their ego's mind, this person doesn't make as much money as them. This person doesn't spoil them the way I do. This person doesn't do what I do for them. Why would they be with person number 2? I mean, why would they not be with me as person number 2? Why are they with person number 3? Their brain's going to go fucking haywire. Because person number 3 is less than them in their ego's mind. Given no one is ever better than anybody else. It's just a matter of different alignments. Person number 3 just happens to match person number 1's alignment a whole lot better. They're both in shadow. But the light's like, why doesn't the shadow want me? Why doesn't the shadow shine like I do? Because it's a fucking shadow. You got to turn your ego off and turn the soul on. You've got to take a step back. Your brain speaks fuckery. But if you turn your soul on and you can actually listen, if you can actually listen and hold gratitude, right? Holding gratitude, meditate on it. Knowing that service to others in some way is what is actually taking place. That person number 3 is serving you. Their shadows, the darkness, is serving your light. The darkness always serves the light, including person number 1's shadows, because person number 2 didn't see their light. Person number 2 didn't even see their own fucking light. They thought they needed person number 1. They needed to save person number 1 and be the father figure that they never had. Person number 2 needs to take care of their fucking selves and find somebody who takes care of them and not repeat what their father did. Or repeat some whatever cycle that their father didn't do, and they're trying to be the complete opposite. Maybe they just need to be authentically themselves and have nothing to do with it at all. And think for themselves and be for themselves. Act for themselves. Consider themselves. In a healthy way. The soul needs your attention. All of these guidance cards, they're all for person number 2. That's who this reading is for. The Earth Angel connecting to this channel and this message, who is getting fucking blindsided by the shadows of other people and taking it personal. You've got to call bullshit on your bullshit. That's the writing on the wall. That's the writing on the wall. You are giving your best light and energy to people who truly do not deserve it. Not from you. They deserve to heal. Everybody deserves to heal. But they need a more astringent and bitter medicine. They don't want the sugar. It's too sweet for them. They don't like it. They like bitter medicine. And if you prefer sweeter medicine, I suggest you stop taking the bitter kind. Both are out there. Both are out there. You choose the kind of partner you want to be with. And you can martyr yourself. You could still be that beautiful light energy if you want to martyr yourself, but martyr yourself for someone who is equally martyring themselves for you then. Who they meet you on that level. Instead of just it being a one-way pour. Find somebody who literally gives to you the same. You could still be that beautiful, giving, caring, loving, compassionate, bend over backwards energy for someone. But damn it, make sure they're doing it for you too. Stop trying to save people. We don't want projects. We do not want projects, not people projects. Not people projects. That does not turn out well. You need someone who wants to learn in order for that to be successful. They have to want to heal and learn. They have to seek you out, seek your guidance out, hold you in high regard as a teacher for that to work out. Because if they're not, you are wasting your breath, your time, and your energy. If someone doesn't want to fucking learn, you can't teach them shit. You cannot teach them shit. I promise you. People will fuck off and won't learn a damn thing. So, this message has caught you in divine time. I really do hope the messages are helpful and that they serve you well on your journey whenever you guys find it and catch it. And whoever it pertains to in your life, that you understand, like there's a reason why this message came through. Because it doesn't matter if it is a romantic partner. It could be a friend. You could be the best friend to somebody. Always be there for them. 2 o'clock in the morning, answer your phone. Drive an hour to go pick them up to get them out of a shitty situation. You could give them money, babysit for them, all this shit. You're their best friend and they don't do shit for you. And all of a sudden they got a new best friend who is shitty and wildly immature and toxic and not good for them. But they consistently choose that best friend over you. And they're dissing you and cutting you off. And then you find out they're even talking about you behind your back. Like, what? Excuse me? Yeah, and you thought this person was your best friend? No, you were their best friend. They weren't yours, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, call bullshit on your bullshit. Take this message however it needs to resonate for you. And hopefully, it makes fucking sense. Because this shit, beautiful energy does not deserve to be drained off. It doesn't. But if they don't see their fucking light and they don't see their value and they're willing to get their ego all wrapped the fuck up inside some pain state because person number 3 and person number 1 are besties now, well, then they deserve to feel that way. Do they actually deserve it? No, but if they choose it, then yeah, they deserve to get what they choose. You got to work on your joy. You got to work on your joy, your ability to receive joy. You got to get the fuck away, right? Get the fuck away from these toxic ass people. You're abundant and you're pure. You're abundant and you're pure and you're addicted to this bullshit. You're addicted to some history, some Akashic history, some dream with the Dark Knight. Like, stop glorifying pain. Stop glorifying being a martyr. There is nothing glorious about it. It just fucking sucks. There is nothing glorious about martyring yourself and then being shit on top of it. Like, what a slap in the face. And it's like you just stood there and leaned in, like, go ahead, hit me. It's a slap in the face. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Do not lean in and let them do it. All right. And that is the read. I will have some timestamps in for you in just a bit. In the meantime, thank you all for tuning in. I love you and appreciate you. And I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Risa, I love you.